Hello guys, Crispy here and welcome back to another video. In this one, my friends, I'm gonna be testing the RX 588GB model in Forza Horizon 4. I am running it with the latest AMD drivers, Adrenalin 2020 21.7.2. This is the XFX GTS version of the card. It comes already overclocked out of the box, as you can see right here. I pushed the power limit to plus 50% to consistently achieve these clock speeds, and we're running it, of course, with the Ryzen 9 5900X and 32GB of RAM, which is overkill for the 580, but you should get the same FPS if you pair it with something like a Ryzen 3 3100, i3 10100F. Yeah, that's enough to get the most out of this card. Let's go through the settings real quick first, and I'm playing right now at 1080p resolution using the extreme settings. The only thing that's not maxed out is this setting right here, the MSAA, which is kind of different from the MSAA implementation in other games, so I will leave it at 2x throughout this video. Oh yes, I missed this car, guys. It's so beautiful. Look at that. Powered by the GT710. Amazing. Alright, let's start counting our frames here. Game is looking beautiful at 1080p using extreme settings, as you can probably tell. We're getting right around... We're actually getting 69 FPS on average, which is crazy. Like, it's always around that. What the hell? It is so good. I don't think it's gonna drop too much from 60 FPS. It might drop in a race. We're gonna see it in just a little bit, by the way. But overall, it is a really nice experience. Look at that. Almost touching 80 FPS over here in the open fields. Okay. Oh my goodness. We got a Lamborghini today, my friends. This is nice. Of course, I prefer my Subaru with the GT710 engine, but this is pretty good as well, isn't it, guys? Oh my goodness. It's looking so gorgeous right now. Wow. Wait a second. There is some music. Ah, that's much better now. Oh, and we need to restart this, okay? It has a time limit. All right, here we go. Let's start counting our frames here in the stunt event, and let's drive real fast. It's so gorgeous. I love this green, by the way. This green color. We should have tested an NVIDIA card, now that I think of it. But I didn't know that. We were gonna get a Lambo, a green Lambo. Well, there goes our mirrors, I guess. Did it even have mirrors? I think so, right? Oh boy, yeah, my drive. Okay, yeah, maybe I'm gonna restart it again, okay? And do this, like, properly. Third time is the charm. I think that's what people say. I don't know. Let's go. Okay, everything all right. Let's stop a little bit. Okay, little drift right there. See, guys, I can actually do things properly sometimes if I really put my mind into it. So that means that... Okay. Yeah, that was pretty bad. But that means that you can also do anything, my friends. If you put your mind into it, just... You can. Believe in yourself. I don't know what I was going with that. Inspirational quotes. Always great when you're playing Forza Horizon 4. Uh-oh. Okay. Alright, I'm doing the... No. Don't. I need to go slower. I needed to go slower. God dang it. You know what? I just love these graphics. Forza Horizon 5 is gonna be even better looking, so I'm very, very much looking forward to that. And I really hope it's as well optimized as this game, because it's just crazy. It's completely maxed out settings right now, except for the MSAA. On the RX 580, and it's perfect. And seeing all of the cars in the screen doesn't seem like it's very intensive either. Yeah, I am impressed with the 580 right now. It's extreme settings after all at 1080p, so if you have a 1080p monitor, which you likely do with a card like this, yeah, you can max out this game and be sure that it's gonna run perfectly all of the time. It might drop in more intensive races if there are some available in this game, but for example, the built-in benchmark run in this game also runs pretty much the same route as this race. It's a very, very similar one. Here we go, 2560 by 1440 using the same extreme settings, of course. And if you have a 1440p monitor, it seems like this is still a very compelling option for the 580. Look at that. It's dropping from 60, of course, but if you're playing this game for fun, with a controller or something, even with a mouse and keyboard, It's smooth. It's perfectly playable at 50 FPS, at least in my opinion. Of course, if you're one of those people that really want 60 plus FPS all of the time, you should drop your settings here at 1440p. But for me, at least, I wouldn't mind playing like this. Like, this is absolutely fine. Absolutely perfect experience here. Doesn't stutter whatsoever as well. As you can see, VRAM is plenty. It's only utilizing 5 gigabytes, which is actually quite a lot for Forza Horizon 4. I am surprised the 1650 Super did as well as it did at 1440p, and we just lost our spoiler. But it doesn't matter, okay? So when you're seeing no cars in the screen except your own, you can achieve slightly higher frames, as you can see. It's more often into the 60s now. So yeah, if you're driving around the open world, it's gonna be perfectly smooth and playable. It already is. 60 FPS on average right there, 1% lows in the lower 50s. That's awesome. That's really, really good. And I just quit the event just to see our FPS in the open world now. So this is the festival event, of course. It's demanding from what people told me. We're gonna get out into the woods right now and see the FPS there. I suspect it's gonna get like 60 plus outside. Yeah, look at that, 66, 65. It still drops sometimes when you're near bushes. But I mean, it's pretty smooth and consistent and playable. So if you really want to max out this game at 1440p, it's gonna run really well, as you can see. I wouldn't have a problem with this experience for sure. 3840 by 2160 using the same extreme settings, and if it manages to get 30 FPS plus all of the time, I think it's still a compelling option for those of you that want to connect your PC into your TV or have a 4K monitor with a 580 because you're waiting on some other GPU. Oh boy, okay, we're fine. It's definitely more clunky. I can definitely feel it. Yeah, I mean, if you're coming from console, playing at 30 FPS will feel right at home, I guess. At least a last-gen console. But if you just played at 60 FPS at 1440p, and now you play at 30, and yes, you can actually drive cars in water in Forza Horizon 4. That's amazing. Oh, wait a second, no. What? I actually crossed a lake in a very early video that I made on Forza Horizon 4. And now we just... Okay. This is not a lake, I guess. Maybe. Oh, no, don't go. Don't... Crisp. Just turn. Okay, thank you very much. Anyway, in terms of performance, it is playable. It will drop from 30, as you can see here. Especially in forest areas and races as well. It will drop slightly. We're gonna check it out, by the way, in just a little bit, of course. But yeah, I wouldn't recommend this experience anymore. It's just not as smooth, and I guess it's not as enjoyable. But if you're all about graphics, I guess you could play like this. Maybe overclock your 580 just a little bit further than stock speeds or stock OC speeds as well, and you're gonna get that. The 1% lows are at 29 after all, so it's pretty respectable in my opinion. Here we go. Oh my goodness. Okay, that's really low. Maybe it was just the cutscene there. Hopefully it was. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was. So if you give it a little bit of an OC, even in rainy weather, driving a race, you can actually get 30 plus. We are actually getting 30 plus, so that's nothing short of amazing, guys. Okay, we're fine. It just goes to show you the awesome optimization of this game, basically. It's crazy. It's a 580 and extreme settings and 4K resolution, and it's still getting 30 plus most of the time. Wow, impressive stuff. Impressive stuff indeed. All right, what's not impressive is my driving, that's for sure. 1080p resolution using high settings preset, and if you notice, the MSA anti-aliasing is still enabled in this preset. We're gonna go ahead and go to a race. What's happening here? What are you doing? Oh, he's drifting. Almost 140 FPS at times. This is crazy. Of course, there is a difference in the graphics. I'm not sure if you can pick that up in a video with the YouTube compression and stuff, but it's definitely looking a little bit less detailed for sure. But still, if I was looking for a high refresh rate experience in Forza Horizon 4, and I didn't really care too much about the graphics. It still looks good, don't get me wrong, but extreme settings just look amazing in this game. It's like beautiful, okay? Yeah, if I was in that position, I could see myself playing like this. This is great performance. Even at 1440p, it should be awesome. All right, 80s. That was the cutscene, I guess, but it's dropping from 100 now that we are in a race. So, as you can see, races are way more intensive than just driving around the open world and exploring things. But still, it's no problem here. Still looks great, still performs wonderfully well. And if you are in first place, you're not going to render any cars in your screen except for your own. So you're going to get more FPS. If you're all about those frames per second, be first in your races, okay? Stay in first place. It's gonna be a smoother experience. And there goes our spoiler once again. Who cares? No one needs spoilers. There we go. First place once again, and we're in the 120s. This is crazy, the discrepancy between rendering cars and not rendering cars. That's, yeah. Anyway, that's it. Now, what about 2560 by 1440? Still using the high settings preset. Will it play? Well, of course it will. Like this. This is crazy, guys. You know what? Let's restart the match so we are in last place again. Here we go. Cutscene down into the 60s. But now we're up into the 70s, closer to 80. This is still really nice. Look at that. Oh boy, we touch 80 FPS at times, actually. That is so good. Even 90 probably. Oh my goodness. Alright, let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let me get first place so I can see our FPS like driving around. Yeah, it gets pretty much the same FPS when you're in first place and driving around the open world as we saw. So I'm gonna do that. If I can, of course. I'm a little bit noobish in this game, but... Okay. No. Come on. I like how my car is completely cracked. You know, the windows, everything, the lights. Yeah, it's completely broken and the other cars are totally fine. It's only because we're playing single player though. Because if we played multiplayer, we'd see other people playing probably worse than me. Someday I will actually play multiplayer, but my internet sucks so much lately that I can't really... Oh, did I hit the chicken there? Finally, 3840 by 2160 using high settings. And this is gonna be it, guys. Yeah, 52 frames per 50s in the cutscene, 40s. Okay, it's gonna be great. Look at that. Start counting our frames. Wow, it's 4K, guys. 4K. On the RX 580 on high settings, gets an extremely smooth experience. Not 60 plus, for that you'd probably need to play at medium settings, but I think dropping it down to medium will make the game look a bit too crappy. You know, just a little bit too crappy. And this is a beautiful game, so you should enjoy it at least on high settings. But yeah, this is just crazy. As you know, outside of races, you're gonna get 60 plus, basically, because we're so close to 60 already, rendering all of these cars. So it's amazing. 4 gigs of VRAM being utilized at 4K high settings right now. It's hovering around like 50 to 60 FPS all of the time, so it's pretty consistent. Zero stutters so far at any settings that we tested in this video, so this is amazing. It's crazy good. I am very happy to see these results with the 580, and that's been it. Thank you very much for watching this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll catch you in the next one very soon. As always, love you all. Bye-bye.